Hey everybody. Alright. Sorry about that. Sorry I'm a couple minutes late. To be honest, I had some IT issues and I don't like this new whole Facebook format thing that they got going on. So it actually took me a second to figure that aspect out. So I do apologize for being a couple minutes late to you. I'd like to give a shout out to Downtown Fitness in Elm. That's my home base of operations when I'm not training virtually or online. So if you're in the Greensboro area, there's no question you should come down there and check us out. Best trainers in the area, guaranteed. All right, so let's get right into it this week. I had a couple questions. So as always, just feel free to comment. I'll try to do my best to pay attention to the bottom here, and I will try to answer your questions as they come in. So first couple questions I had. Yep, thank you. The first couple questions I had were after workouts, cardio and lifting, what should my ratio of carbs to protein be? And obviously it's a little different if you're doing endurance training or you're weightlifting. There's a anabolic window, and depending on who you talk to, what research you read, it's anywhere from as soon as you're done working out to 2 hours after. So you have like a 2-hour window to kind of refeed your body, prevent your body from breaking down, regenerate the glycogen in your body, and also help with building muscles back up. So usually if you're lifting weights, me personally, as soon as I'm done, about 15 minutes after, I will consume a protein drink, and you want to shoot for anything from 25 to 40 grams of protein. And then usually about an hour later, I'll eat my normal meal. Now, I'm not an expert in this area because this is more for a nutritionist, but I have been around for a little bit. So that's how I do it. Now, if you're doing an endurance, and depending on what you want, I would say just eat your normal food. I was doing some research on this earlier today, and they said you can have carbs after. I would go like sweet potatoes, rice, anywhere from like 25 to 40 grams of carbs per serving after you work out, but they pretty much said that's not necessary right after a workout. They said the protein is more important, and as long as you're eating like you normally would throughout the day and hit your macro needs, like as far as your total carbs for the day, then that's okay too. So it's really how you're feeling. Personally, I would think if you're doing like a marathon and all that training, I would probably include some carbohydrates in that after that protein shake, or just eat a normal meal with your carbohydrates, or just get some kind of sports recovery drink. Some companies have like a good amount of protein with a good amount of carbohydrates in there. I would do that when I was done with my endurance training. But as far as protein intake, 25 to 40 grams. So you got like again, 1 minute to, I guess, 2-hour window to kind of help your body out there. And then I had a question about vegan protein. So I had to do a little research on this because obviously I don't take vegan protein powder, but I did my research and I came up with a couple brands that are highly, thank you, Sally. I read somewhere you can't absorb more than 20 grams of protein at a time. Research has pretty much pinpointed it between 25 and 35. Your body can absorb that amount at a time. Anything more, you're just kind of wasting it. Your body's just getting rid of it. So 25 to 35 is that magic in-between number for your protein intake in a meal. And vegan protein. So I did some research. Now, I would say I have a couple brands written out here, and if you ever wanted to double check before you buy any supplements, there's a great website called labdoor.com. It's all one word. They're independently funded, so they're not funded by a particular company at all. And you can type in any supplement, and it grades it on a score out of 100. And it checks to see what's exactly in that supplement that you're taking. I mean, everything from like lead to arsenic to the protein they claim that's in that drink, and then they grade it out and give you a report. That's all free. So here's a couple brands I have for you vegan athletes out there. Optimum Nutrition, which is a pretty good brand. They have a gold standard plant-based protein. The company Naked has a pea protein powder, which is pea protein's making I don't want to say trend or a wave, but it's actually growing in popularity. So that, again, that's Naked pea protein powder. Aloha seems to be a very popular brand. Let's see, and Vega Sport and then Garden of Life. So again, it's Naked, Aloha, Vegasport, and Garden of Life. And I looked at the profiles on them, and they all seem to have between 18 and 24 grams of protein per serving, all about 120 to 140 calories per serving as well. So again, but if you want to double check, which I recommend doing, especially if it's a company that you're not familiar with, go to Labdoor. It's free. Again, they're not sponsored by anybody. They're all independent lab people, and you could check out the scores there. So I use it all the time, but I usually stick to brands that have been around for a while and been tested and proven. So yeah, go ahead and get them. I think I see Vegasport, if you're a member of Costco or any of these big box warehouse markets. I got tied up there for a second. I believe they carry Vegasport at the big warehouses. So thank you for that. And earlier in the week, I had a discussion. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything here. Yeah, okay. We had a discussion about vibration therapy. You know, like the vibrating plates you stand on. And I've seen these at like physical therapists. I've seen these at chiropractors. And they make all types of claims. Anywhere from, they're saying 15 minutes a day, 3 times a week, is supposed to help you lose weight, burn fat, improve flexibility, enhance blood flow, reduce muscle soreness, improve bone density, and decrease cortisol, which is a stress hormone. And I did a deep dive into this. And there's all kinds of studies, but a lot of them are inconclusive. Now, the 3 studies that I kind of looked at from I think 2 of them are from Harvard and 1 was from Northwestern, that it does increase metabolism somewhat. You do consume more oxygen while you're working out, and it was like over 10%. I think it increased it by like 10% or something like that. So basically that study had 6 people working on vibration plates. Now here's the kicker. They weren't just standing there. They were actually performing different exercises on this vibration plate compared to a group that was not. They were just ground-based training, and they found that the exercisers on the vibration plates had increased oxygen consumption, which means your metabolism's kicking up a little bit more. So it does, I guess, in some cases. Not just standing on it though. You're not standing on it. You might as well do some squats and push-ups and lunges and stuff like that. The bone density one. This one came from Northwestern, and they did it. It was a year-long study, and honestly, the control group and the group on the whole vibration plate, exactly the same. So it did not change bone density at all. But again, that's one study. So just take that for in a grain of salt. It's one study. And the other one was it actually did improve the elderly population from falling. So there was a decrease in falls in the elderly population when it comes to whole vibration body training, just standing there on the machine. That did seem to help them. But again, with anything else, it's just do your own research. Do I think it'll lose weight? I don't know how it improves flexibility, I'll be honest with you. Reducing muscle soreness, maybe. I mean, I use a therapy gun myself, so same principle. But as far as improving your density, and I don't know about the stress hormone cortisol. I couldn't find any studies on that. So just in these things range. I mean, in-home versions, you can get one, I guess, for like around $250, but they actually go up to like $2,000 for one of these things. So I would not. This is just me. I would take that $2,000 and use it elsewhere, not for a vibration plate. So, excuse me. Yeah, so that is it. Buyer beware on that. So I use one because I get an adjustment once a month, and that's the last thing they make you do is stand on one of those for about 3 minutes. I just do it. Yeah, so that is it. So let's, you know what? Let's talk. Has anyone out there seen... Yeah, therapy gun. I think they're great. I use one called the Hypervolt. My other trainer friend Blaine introduced me to one. I saw the actual therapy gun, the other brand, at a convention I went, and then he showed me the Hypervolt, which there's like 3 or 4 versions now. I think it's Theragun and Hypervolt are the 2 best ones on the market. I like the Hypervolt because one is quieter, it has more adjustable heads to it, and I think the battery lasts a little bit longer. So That's how I use it to warm up before I ever do anything. It's pretty much think of it like a massage gun. It has a head on it, and it just really fast releases myofascial tissue, so it gets more blood flowing to the area. So instead of the foam roller, which I still foam roll once in a while, I'll actually hit up with the Hypervolt, just get all my muscles going. I do like 15 to 20 seconds per muscle area, and I actually use it when I get done training. So I have found that it does help with my muscle soreness when I'm done training, doing it right. It's great for IT bands, my hamstrings. Again, warming up and after training. I use it both instead of the foam roller. I'm not one of these people who get sore from the foam roller. Some people, you think they're dying, and some people do because their IT bands are so tight. That pressure being on that foam roller, it is very painful. So, but that has never been an issue with me. I think the Hypervolt does a better job than the foam rollers, but you'll hear different opinions on that as well. Where was I? Oh, has anyone seen the Netflix documentary Unwell? Since that is related to some aspects of health, more than fitness, but health. Don't drink breast milk. Do not. It's amazing because I live in a vacuum bubble. So I have no idea there's even a black market need or want for breast milk. And it was a very interesting episode. There's 6 episodes. I've seen 4 of them. This one's been making headlines because bodybuilders and athletes are seeking out breast milk to improve performance. And the bottom line, for performance, not any kind of, if you have cancer or any kind of health issues, it does nothing for you. It does nothing for you. And it just seems so, besides disgusting, why would you order anything like that from Craigslist or a Facebook group? Because and they made a point of this in the show, you don't know the source of the milk. You don't know what kind of diet that person was on. And there was a lab that just ordered 1,000 different samples from Facebook and Craigslist. And we had E. coli in them. They pretty much said you're drinking sewage water. Now, I'm not going to spend too much more time on this topic, but there are actually certified breast milk banks that everything's been tested and sealed properly, and you can go do that. But that's reserved for mothers who can't produce or but I don't know. But I don't know about Cambodian breast milk. It could be from a donkey as well. But the nutritional breakdown for average breast milk was 200 calories for 8 ounces, but it only had 3 grams of protein and something like 25 to 30 grams of sugar, along with carbohydrates. So it's guys too. No, I know who that was. It's guys. Guys do the stupidest. We are younger guys we're dumb when it comes to fitness fads, and I'm not excusing everyone, but we do some stupid stuff, and that is stupid. So if anyone else has seen Unwell, it is it'll suck you in. They have one episode on essential oils. We watched that one. Beehive Venom Therapy, which was interesting, and then the breast milk one. So we got a couple more to watch, but don't do that. All right, any other questions out there? Yeah, I know I shouldn't be doing this as a trainer, but it is, and I shouldn't be drinking Diet Coke, but it is what it is. I have 2 of those a week, so you have to excuse me on the Diet Coke. I didn't even think when I pulled that cup in front of but I did try the watermelon milkshake. I haven't tried one of those. I took a sip, and I'll be honest with you, not all what it's cracked up to be. People were raving about the watermelon milkshake at Cookout. I can verify it's a good milkshake, but it still doesn't beat the banana pudding milkshake. So, all right. Any other questions out there? Thoughts on anything workout-wise that you guys can think of? Those are the questions that I had lined up for today. And I'm just going to stay on a little bit longer just in case something pops in your head that you want to go ahead and ask. Let me scroll up here. Yep. And yeah, okay. So if you know someone that's interested in training virtually or more specifically online, just again, I'm going to go over how that kind of works. Again, if you know someone, which again, I'm putting that out there. I'm getting all these kind of bewildered looks, and it's a foreign concept, and it kind of is. Here we go. How many times should you work out with weights? 3 to 5 times. That's my honest opinion. Depending on what you want, 3 times is good, depending on what your goals are. But you could lift up to 5 days a week. I wouldn't go past that, but 3, solid. Defining the core. What is the core? Most lay people think it's just your good old abs, but it's not. It's pretty much, just think of a cylinder that goes pretty much from your sternum down below your knees. So down below your knees to the sternum, that is your core. So hips, glutes, low back, abs, anything that's in that cylinder, I define as core, and that's how I work core out in many various different directions, angles, and planes of movement. So you shouldn't be doing the same ab routine the entire time. So, and the best ab exercise for anyone interested, and this has been clinically proven, is your ab rollout with the wheel or the bar. That is your absolute gold standard ab exercise. And here comes Quinn, my son, coming home from gymnastics.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Hold on, my son is going to be walking in. I'm taking notice of my Diet Coke. Alright, I guess he's not coming in yet. He'll make his entrance in a minute or so. Okay. Alright, he's going to... Yeah, the virtual format, I am brand new to this, but I started working out with one of my original clients, and she moved over to Atlanta, and we reconnected, and we've been doing virtual sessions. So pretty much I set myself up in my studio, and we do it through FaceTime. She kind of already shot me a little video of her home gym, so I knew what she had working going into it. And this way I could plan out all her workouts that way. And then pretty much we roll up, we FaceTime each other, and we get an hour's worth of good workout in, and it's been going smooth. We haven't had any technical issues. So you can do it, I guess, through Zoom. I don't have Zoom, and I definitely don't have like the extended Zoom where you can do over 45 minutes. But you could do, I'm sure you could do Skype, and you basically just, hey bud, and you basically just base it around what they have in their gym. Now, honestly, it is, the more they have, the better it is, but yeah, the more they have, the better it is. So it gets tough. Even the best trainer on the planet with minimal equipment, it gets difficult trying to come up with different workouts all the time, because there's only so much you can do with either no or limited equipment.
Where's Mom?
Mom went already. So, and that's what gets me upset. I'm in her room. Okay. You got 15 minutes. Minecraft. Sorry, they're addicted. Where was I at? Oh yeah, so minimal equipment. Well, excuse my language. What got me upset? Because I follow a lot of I don't want to say influencers, but athletic trainers, physical therapists on YouTube, and this one guy just popped up this new manual, and it's like 90 days, how to get a stronger whatever body in 90 days with no weights, absolutely no weights, just all body weight stuff. And I'm like, there's just no way. So I called BS on that, because one, again, without actually lifting heavy weight, you're not going to get substantially stronger doing body weight exercises for 90 days. There is no way, and I'll argue that with anybody on the planet. Yes, it'll keep you in shape. If you're starting out at a baseline, you will get stronger to a point, but then you're going to plateau without actually lifting weights. And you can work on muscle endurance as well. So there are factors, there are things you can do body weight wise, but as far as gaining absolute strength. Guys, you're playing in that room. Just leave him be for 10 minutes, please. I know what he's doing. Go ahead. Mom said you can play to like whatever time, as long as you guys take showers. See what this is it. This is this is real life right here, people. You want to say hi? Hi. Yeah, this is Kara. Hello. My daughter, who is obsessed with Roblox right now. Yep. Okay. Go ahead and play.
Hello. Love you all.
Quinn, what did you do in gymnastics today? What did you do in gymnastics today?
Cartwheels, jumps.
He did cartwheels and jumps. Cartwheels and jumps in gymnastics. I got both kids going to gymnastics right now. It is great. The classes aren't that big. It's got to be a pain in the butt. I can't imagine wiping down that whole facility because it's nothing but mats everywhere. God bless them. But I understand they need to open. So we took the opportunity to have our kids there, and they love it, and it keeps them active because otherwise they don't do a whole lot. I try to make them, but it doesn't go that far. I'm hoping during the fall when there's cooler weather that they'll be out there a little bit more. I feel bad sometimes kicking them out of the house when it's like 96 degrees and I won't even be out there. So, yeah, but keep your kids active, especially now with all this pandemic stuff. Kids just aren't, well, people in general now aren't being that active, but especially kids. So that's why it's important mentally and physically, but I feel at this point more mental than anything else to exercise and get out there, go for a hike, bike ride, lift, anything you can do to relieve some stress. Yoga, Pilates, just go ahead and do it. Get your mind right, because God knows how long this is going to last. So, all right. Well, I appreciate everyone logging in, hopping in. Again, if you guys like this, go ahead and like it and share it to your friends. Have them hop on, and we could make this discussion grow every week. I really enjoy doing it, and it's fun. And I hope I give you guys. Hold on, let me see if I have anything else coming in. Yeah, sorry. I thought that might be a question. Oh, yeah, okay. So before I get off, Hypervolt. You can get it from Amazon. You can get it straight from their website. I think it's Hyper Ice. I think it's the website. I got mine, though, through REI because I'm a member there and I got money back at the end of the year. So if you're a member of REI, I would suggest buying it there. You'll get your, I don't want to say refunds, but you get money back at the end of your dividends. There you go, dividends. Back at the end of the year. They do range, I think mine was $319. I think the Theragun, though, is even in the $500s. So there's like a $200 price difference between the Hypervolt and the Theragun. And again, go to YouTube, check them out side by side. I prefer the Hypervolt. It's definitely for me one of the best purchases I've made as far as fitness equipment and exercise stuff goes. I would highly recommend it. You will love it. But start off slow. It has 3 speed settings. Start out at the lowest one. With all the attachments I use, you'll see it's just like a flat head. I use that one. That one's great. It is, Lee, it's totally worth the money. See? So like it, share it with your friend. Let's get a bigger conversation going. Any topic, there's no off limits as far as exercise and fitness questions go. But nutrition-based questions, I have to do the research again, make sure I'm giving you guys correct stats and info. And plus, I'm not a dietitian or trained nutritionist, so I got to make sure I'm giving you guys the right information. So again, to wrap everything up, if you're buying supplements, go to labdoor, it's all one word, .com. If you're interested in anything, just type it into their database, and it'll spit out a free report right there in front of you, what their grade is out of 100. So you know what you're buying is legit and not straight garbage. So till then, folks, enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the weekend. I'll see you next week, same time, same place. I appreciate it. Have a good one.